Hello. Do you want me to like introduce myself?
Yes.
Hello. I'm Christopher. I do the design and the houses.
Oh my god.
And you are. I guess everyone knows you because you're in all the videos.
I am. This is indeed my project. But tell me about your project, Chris. Let me learn about it.
All right. Well, we are currently inside of my project. So here is one of the walls of my project. There is the awkward ceiling, which it actually is not so similar from my last place, the bus. I can really only stand up in the center, and so it kind of reminds me of home. It's like a nice transitional space.
Does it suck?
But yeah, we're currently in the what I call the nook of my house.
Chris, does it suck being a tall person and doing the things you do? I feel like that's so much worse.
It's definitely trade-offs, for the bus living. Yes, 100%. Like, dude, if you're a short person, man, one, like, you can spend way less money on like things because you don't have to get the extra height on stuff if you buy a van or whatever. Yeah, just there's lots of perks, but I will say, with doing the house stuff, there's certainly probably some perks to being able to reach the ceiling sometimes. But yeah, it goes both ways. I think I will say the probably the biggest perk that I have is just being like a bigger, like generally stronger person who can I've definitely just there's been certain things that I've carried where I've been like, damn, if I like was not
If you
this
were
size,
me,
yeah, it would just I just don't think I could do it. Or you just what it is, you just have to get a lot more crafty about like how you get to like MacGyver all your pulleys and carts and things to get stuff in the door. Yeah,
I think I just hired
but yeah.
people. I think
So, anyways, we're here. Yeah. Well, that's it's definitely the way to go if you got people to hire. But I'm actually bringing up Rob and Ryan to I'm roping them in with the promise of free food,
okay.
and they're gonna come up here and help me repaint all these walls and tear out the carpets and all that. So
Any fun murals?
definitely to come. I mean, I'm still like I'm kind of in the foundational phase in the sense that like there's just like holes in the walls and like all this it's like a place that this has been rented for like 10 years, and it's not in terrible shape, but it just needs a lot of like cosmetic love to kind of set the canvas for where all those murals and things will go. But I've definitely, that hasn't kept me from having my eye on smart projects. I recently discovered that right near where I'm working in Oakland, there is a shop called Mannequin Madness, and is really cool. It's this lady who runs it basically buys used mannequins or mannequin parts, from and just anyone who's selling them, like shops that close down, like whatever it is. And it's a pretty great thing actually, because she resells them to like lots of artists but also to other shops. And most mannequins are made out of like fiberglass and just things that don't decompose.
Right.
So it's great to be able to repurpose those. But anyways, she's also got a phenomenal Instagram handle which you should check out.
Okay.
It's called Mannequin Madness, and it has all kinds of dope mannequin art that has me all kinds of inspired to get some mannequins up in here. Because the front of the house has like some pretty big windows and things that I would love to just be able to put some like weirdo mannequin art in and just have people like do lots of double takes as they walk by. There's one in particular that I'm really excited about, which is like a seated like just the legs. You stick a plant like in the torso, just like growing out. I want to stick one of those just like in the front garden, like on a little bench.
Oh my god. We were talking before this about how maybe someone has been murdered in your haunted house, and I feel like that would be just like perfect addition to the ambiance.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out where to put the other half of the body, somewhere else in the garden.
Buried, obviously.
Yeah, just the hand sticking out. Yeah.
So what have been kind of like weird or unexpected challenges of this like renovation?
Well, there's definitely a lot more work than, which I feel like is probably always the case whenever you buy any kind of house. There's never gonna be less work than you thought there would be, but this is definitely one of those cases. There's more work, and um, I came into it kind of hoping that like some of the stuff would be like, for example, the carpets and things. When we toured, they were like covered with a lot of rugs and stuff, and so you kind of don't really know what's underneath and like what the kind of status of it is. But they really like have to go because they're kind of
Yeah.
ripped up and worn. So I mean, which is fine. And then there's also like a few parts of the house that have like this is a like more than 100-year-old house, so it's an older place, and so over time like certain parts of the foundation will kind of like settle a little bit, and so that can lead to like some of the floors to basically just have like some slight dips and things in them. So that's stuff that can be remedied, but it's a pretty big project, and
Right.
uh it takes some like a lot of like planning and just like special knowledge to think through how to go about it. And it also intersects with like other projects that I had planned. For example, the floors, like I kind of wanted to put in something more like hardwood or like just something not carpets, but I may end up actually kind of sticking with carpets because it is something that kind of can mask some of those imperfections. So that's been a lot of like learning for me around like it's this interesting process with the house of like you're like, a lot of times when you're making art, right, you have kind of this blank canvas, and that your canvas is flat and clean and whatever because you bought it from the store, right? But here, we really are working with something that like is very storied, and lots of people have lived in and left their mark on over the last century. And so um it really is like kind of like a living canvas in that sense, I think,
Amazing.
which
So I'm
makes it an
looking
interesting
forward to
project.
like super thick shag carpet and legs in the front yard.
Yeah. Yep, yep. Sounds like
That's
you got
awesome.
the vibe.
So what have been some of your like favorite or exciting projects you're looking forward to, things that are positive?
Oh man, I mean, honestly, I'm definitely looking forward to the majority of the projects. Aside, probably the ones I'm least looking forward to is really like the scraping that popcorn off the ceiling, which I might not end up doing. But the stuff that I am really like most excited about is I have a few like furniture projects that I'm kind of
Yeah.
working on, and I've done a little bit of like furniture making in the past with like things I've made for the bus or like or just other furniture projects, but I've never really put in the effort to really like kind of invest in taking it to a really high fidelity, and that's what I'll be doing with these ones. And so I found on Craigslist, somebody sold me like these 5 slabs of redwood. They're about like inch and a half thick, like just super beautiful. So I have some designs that I'm gonna um, basically take those and make them into a media console and a desk. And I mean, I guess it's not really going to fit into the scope of this video, but I'd love to show you the sketches sometime, because
Ooh,
they're basically what I have in mind is kind of like um, the cool thing about these pieces of wood is that they have the live edge. You can really see like the tree itself in those wood pieces. And what I'm trying to do is basically like take those pieces and connect them in a way that like um, it feels continuous, in a way that you don't really normally see. Like a lot of times when you see that stuff, it's just like you take a slab cut and you stick it on some legs, and there, it's a table. And those, I think those look really beautiful, right? Because they're like it has the essence of the tree and everything. But what I kind of want to do is take those and make it a little bit like kind of like surrealist, right? Where like the tree wouldn't really like make a box for him, but like if I can find a way to kind of like make that curve continuous, I think it'll make for a cool experience of that. that piece.
That's amazing, and I'm super looking forward to learning more and seeing more, and I think that's a great place to leave off here. So thank you for having this conversation. This is amazing, and congratulations on all of the nonsense you're about to achieve.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.